Welcome back to Reforestation Nation, ladies and gents. I'm your host, Alexander Graham Markulides, and today it's a hot day. We're in a river, and we're going to talk about cleaning up rivers with the director of the Healthy Harbor Initiative. Adam, thanks for your time.
Hey, thanks for having me. We have a goal to make this harbor safe for swimming and fishing again.
So what are we about to see here that's right behind us?
We're going to see an amazing, innovative technology that was created right here in Baltimore called Mr. Trash Wheel.
Mr. Trash Wheel.
Yes.
Great name.
Yeah, it wasn't the original name, but once we added googly eyes to it and gave it a social media account, we thought, let's call it something fun like Mr. Trash Wheel.
How does it actually function?
That's a great question. A lot of people misunderstand and think that the trash wheel moves around picking up trash. It doesn't. It actually stays put because it uses current from the river to power its rakes and conveyor belts. So it just sits at the end of a river or stream and waits for the trash to come to it.
Okay, well, looks like this is it, right?
This is it. This is Mr. Trash Wheel. So this is the water wheel that powers Mr. Trash Wheel along with a collection of solar panels. And that's how we've picked up over 1,200 tons of trash and debris from the Baltimore Harbor. When you think about a ton, that's like a small smart car weighs about a ton. So we picked up about 1,200 of those from the Baltimore Harbor. In that trash, we have found 10 million cigarette butts, over 1 million foam containers, about 750,000 plastic bottles.
How do you sort this and count it?
So they do a sampling system where they will sample a pallet of the conveyor belt and extract from that what's in the dumpster.
So Adam, can you talk to us about behavior and policy?
Sure. We believe that policy change actually drives behavior change, and we try and do both with Mr. Trash Wheel. We don't want to just sit here picking up trash for the rest of our lives, right? We want to actually reduce the amount of trash coming down the river. A year ago, we were actually really involved in a process of getting foam containers, styrofoam containers, banned here in Baltimore City. I mean, we've used the data and the photos of the trash we pull up out of the harbor to help influence policy change, and Maryland is now on track to be one of the first states in the country to ban styrofoam containers statewide.
You are the vice president, you are the co-founder of Clearwater Mills, the parent company of these amazing trash wheels. What do we need to know about how someone goes from an idea that might sound a little kooky but might be genius to making it a reality?
Well, it takes a lot of hard work, commitment, and never say die attitude.
So what were the challenges that you had making this? Where were you like, you know what?
The challenges we had really was convincing everybody that you could actually solve the problem.
Oh, wow.
Because everyone was under the impression that it was too much to handle and would take years and years to figure out a solution. It took us 5 years of convincing the city and the general community that we could actually make it happen. We did that. Waterfront Partnership helped us finance this particular machine and got it off the ground, and we picked up hundreds of tons of trash ever since.
Talk to us about the cost, because everybody can talk green and saving the world, but let's be honest, it needs to make financial sense.
Absolutely. The actual machine itself costs between $500,000 and $600,000, but that is only a portion of it because the real long-term cost is the upkeep and operation. And that's one of the places we do very well because we use renewable energy. We're not burning fossil fuels, we're not buying gas. So the monthly and annual costs are lower than any other system out there to consistently pick up the trash.
You have over 100,000 followers collectively on your social media feeds. How can you inspire and equip other people to do what you've done? Green tech companies that want that traction.
I think we are all about, our mission is about engaging people of Baltimore in the restoration of their waterways. So for us, it was always about how do we engage the most people. Sure, you can put a trash interceptor in the river, but that's not too engaging. Add googly eyes, give it a personality, and all of a sudden you can reach a whole new audience of Gen Xers, Gen Y, Gen Z, who maybe weren't engaged in the conversation before.
How can you inspire others to do what you're doing?
I would say it's really important to have a big, aggressive goal, right? We wanted to make this harbor swimmable and fishable in 10 years. That means we had to get really creative. We had to challenge the status quo. And I can't speak more strongly to that. Challenge the status quo. Don't accept things the way they are. You got to try new things. You got to innovate.
Awesome. Reforestation Nation, ladies and gents. Subscribe to stay alive. Thanks for watching Reforestation Nation, where we interview impact leaders about how we can scientifically thrive with nature. And as always, subscribe to stay alive by clicking here and watch more content with us right here.
Please click and subscribe.
This is Martin from 7th Generation. If there's any green guru, it's him. If he's doing it, I would do it too.
Click and subscribe.
To stay alive.
You think they're really going to do that?
I hope so.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
All right, Martin. Thank you, sir.
Pleasure, Alex.